Good morning all, it's Gav here, Sarah's husband. So obviously I got back. I didn't do a video last night because by the time I got back it was just too late and I was just tired. So I still had my my ketone drink, so yeah, that was great. As far as doing up a video, I was just too tired. So I am doing one this morning, and as per what I indicated yesterday, I did jump on the scales this morning. So after a good 8 hours sleep in my own bed, jumped up this morning and hit the scales. In the last 2 weeks, because I haven't weighed myself for 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks I've lost a grand total of 1 kilo. So to me that's fantastic. Now, to give you a little bit of an idea of my journey thus far with weight loss, I got up to about 120 kilos. Now I'm 6 foot tall, almost exactly 6 foot, which is 183 centimeters, and I was 120 kilos. I don't know what that is in pounds, possibly a lot. Pound is what, 2.2 pounds per kilo, so 120 by 2, that's at least 250 odd pounds, I suppose. At any rate, it was too heavy for me, and I was feeling unhealthy, I was feeling slothish, I just didn't feel right. So I took it upon myself that maybe sugar was a problem in my diet. So I used to drink a lot of coffee, and my doctor actually advised me to cut back and to go more along the lines of tea. So as much as I hated it, I started drinking more tea, and I cut sugar out, just out of the coffee. And I noticed that the scales, instead of constantly going up, started to move down. So I started cutting out other sweet things that I enjoyed, like full strength Coke, all those sorts of sweet things. Like you'll get the custard tarts, you go to the bakery and you buy one of those. Oh yeah, it's only one, yeah, right. And one always leads to another. So I cut those out, and I noticed that, and that was about 4 years ago, and after about 18 months or 2 years on that, I'd lost close to 15 kilos. And so my belly hadn't started to sag over my belt, but it was certainly protruding a long way past it, and shirts that that I used to have weren't fitting. But after losing 15 kilos, obviously things were looking a lot better, and I was really stoked. But when I left the police academy back in the Stone Age, I was 87 kilos, and I was a young fella. I was in my early 20s, 23, 24, and so at twice the age I was significantly heavier than what I had been then. And I thought, well, alright, I've lost 15 kilos, so I'm still over 100 kilos, I'm 105 kilos, what else is wrong? And I would always feel bloated after eating pizza, or like, I absolutely love Vegemite on toast. For those who aren't Aussies, it's to die for. It's an acquired taste, I suppose, but the old Vegemite, I tell you, it's good stuff. It wasn't the problem, but the bread I was putting it on, I think, was. So Sarah and I sat down and we had a bit of a chat about it one day, and she said, well, look, you're always bloated, why don't you cut a couple of other things out of your diet and see how you go. And when I stopped having the bread, within a week I wasn't bloated anymore, and my weight loss started to go down again. So I started to go down. Now that meant that you know, all the other things I was eating, like bacon and eggs, meat and 3 veg, all that sort of good stuff. Yeah, I kept going with that. And after another 12 months of just, you know, having no sugar and no breads, and I was quite used to that. Every now and then I'd have wraps, you know, the old white flatbread things that you can get in, you know, the wraps. I was still having them every now and then, but even that was sort of, you know, causing a bit of bloating after I'd had them. So I knew that I was on the right track cutting the bread out. I don't know what part of it that's in the bread that could be the problem. It could be the yeast, it could be the wheat itself, I don't know. But all I know is cutting it out reduced my weight, and that was my main goal. And at no point have I felt like I've deprived myself. Like, I still get my meat, I still get my veggies. So, and yeah, every now and then I'll have mangoes or any other sorts of fruit. So at no stage have I felt like I've been depriving myself. And every now and then I will cut loose and I'll have some chocolate. You know, you gotta have a little bit of good stuff in your diet. So I got to the point where it was about 6 months ago, and Sarah had started losing weight. She hadn't actually told me that she was on the ketones. She asked me if she could buy some stuff, and me being me, I went, yeah, whatever. Yeah, just do what you want to do. You know, go where you want to be. And she just started dropping weight and dress sizes, hell west and crooked. And it was just absolutely incredible. Like, you know, I always thought she looked good, but she got to a point where now she's back to her pre-baby weight. And I have just gone, oh, hallelujah, there is a God. Woohoo! Yeah, I'm a guy. So, she was actually saying to me that perhaps I should go on what she's been going on. And she hadn't really mentioned the ketos, but I saw how it really, within a 7-month period, took all of her weight off, which was, you know, over 20 kilos. And over the long haul, I've lost, because you know, I got down to 94, so I lost 26 kilos by just cutting out sugar and bread, you know, over a 4-year period. And so, as you know, I've only been on the ketones for 2 weeks, and I lost a whole kilo. So I think that is well worth the effort to keep going on this. So I may not make videos as often. You know, I don't want to bore you guys, but what I like to do is, you know, from my aspect of it, is like not everybody has the Gucci shakers or the pretty little cups or anything like this. Due to where you work, what you're doing, you just may not have that. So this morning I went, right, okay, instead of, you know, well, you wouldn't do it, but like, here's a Coke bottle, right, the no sugar variant. I still have some addictions. So what I did is I've just filled this up with cold water. As you can see, she's all frosted up, so yep, it's cold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the ketones into the water bottle. Okay, so cap is off. Now this morning I got the old heart tart with the charged one, so this will get the motor running. They made a song about that, didn't they? Yeah, Born to be Wild. So yeah, we'll. My hands are slightly damp now. Hang on a sec. Okay. You always tell our kids, don't use your teeth, but old habits die hard. So anyway, so this is a 2 litre bottle, so I'm just putting in the powder for that. There we go. So that'll be my my kickstart for the day. So yeah, so that's my journey. That's the reasons behind a lot of the things that of why I'm taking the ketones. Now, some people have made mention that, oh, you got to be careful of this, oh, you got to be careful of that. Yes, I understand that. I'll possibly say something that's rather politically incorrect, but look, I've seen some terrible things happen to some really good people, and people have paid terrible prices for different things. So I'm a bit more of a fatalist. I believe when your time's up, your time's up. If you're going to do something and you're going to adversely affect yourself, well, you do it. And it happens. I could drive out of this yard because I've got to go down the road and buy some stuff for me ride-ons. I could get hit by, of all things, a truck. You never know. All I believe is that you treat your family and those around you with the utmost love, so when you do eventually have that happen to you, there's no regrets. And everybody, even though they're sad to see you go, they have good memories. So I know it's taken a bit of a somber turn, this video, but for those who are, overtly worried about, oh, what if this does this to you? Well, I'm not worried about that. Good grief. I was in the Army Reserves for 20 odd years, and some of the things that happened to me in that, were pretty shocking. The things that happened to me when I used to be in the police force in Queensland, they were pretty shocking too. And the things I've seen happen to other people because of being in those jobs. I've been a finance broker. I've been in real estate. I've done a whole host of different things, and now I'm in truck driving. Certainly not the safest thing in the world, but a lot of fun. And I don't know if you've guessed it, but I love driving the trucks. I'm hoping that very soon I'll get to drive road trains, which is another accreditation and a little bit more training, because you've got extra turntables and extra turn points, and your truck's a hell of a lot longer, and you can pull up to 120 tons instead of the 62.5 GCM that I am. GCM, that's gross combined mass. So yeah, as you can imagine, fun. And so I just love that sort of thing, and that's one of the things I live for. So when it comes to people being concerned, oh, Gav, you shouldn't, you maybe you should speak to your doctor about this, maybe you should speak to your doctor about that. Well, sometimes I think it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission, because quite often if people hear that you want to do something and you haven't done it yet, they'll say, oh, no, don't do that. But then you go do it, you get the results that you want, and they go, well, you really shouldn't have done that, but good on you for having a go at that. How many of you have had that experience in your life? So, better to ask for forgiveness than permission. Doesn't work with everything, I understand that. But at the end of the day, look, we're all big kids. You cast the dice, and you got to just live with the results that come from it. And I'm so super happy with these ketones. These are from Pruvit, and they actually do say that they are a dietary supplement. So look, I think that they're fantastic, because I've had weight now for 20 odd years, and it's just giving me that little bit of assistance to strip off the last 5 kilos. My goal weight is 90 to 89 kilos. I don't want to go down to 87 again. I think I'd look unhealthy, but I'd like to get to that point, because obviously us fellas, when we have weight issues, it affects other aspects of our lives. And I've actually had a real buzz pulling that belt in, and I've gone in 1 notch. So the old mark on my belt, because I never throw anything away. I got clothes from the 70s, from when I was, a young teenager. the old wear mark in the belt that has long since been sort of stretched out a little bit, I've gone back to, and that's just such a buzz. So look, this has been extremely ridiculously long for just a quick video, but that gives you an idea of why I'm on this journey and what I hope to get out of it. And if you stick with me long enough, I think you'll see that I'm going to get there. I really do want to get there. So by all means, please wish me luck, and we'll see how we go at the end of the journey. So take care, everybody, and like I say, if you're out on the roads, take extra special care. There's a lot of cars out there now, and the last thing you want is to get gravely injured. Your family needs you, so no trip is worth dying for. So you guys take care, and I'll see you at the next video.